Okay. You ready? Is she ready? All right. Sit. Good. King. Sit. Good. No. Sit. Sage down. Good girl. Keem here. Good boy. Good job. Perfect. Down. Nope. Down. Down. Good. 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 Keem here. Heel. Yes. Good boy. Come on, you speedy lightning fast thing. Come on, you monster. Out. Good. Good job. All right. Ready? Sit. Good. Butt. Sit. Good. Okay. Sage here. Good. Yes. Good. Good girl. Bring it here. Good. Good, Shorty. Bring it here, Sage. Good, Shorty. Nope, Sage here. Good girl. Come on. Yes. Good. Down. Good. Keem. Here. Heel. Yes. Come on, bring it here, buddy. Come on, Keem. Eat it. Bring it here. Go. Nope, Shorty down. Good. Keem. Bring it here. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Keem. Come on. There you go. Come on, put a little pep in your step. Good boy. Out. Yes. Good boy. Come on, good boy. Keem here. Yeah, come on, buddy. Come on, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Out. Good boy. Down. Keem down. Good. Sage. Ready? Good girl. Right here. Oh, Shorty, you got a stick? Bring it here, Sage. Come here, Shorty. Good girl. Yes. Good job. Sit. Down. Good. Shorty, come here. You want to turn? Come on, Shorty, you want to turn? You'll get the last turn because you never bring it back. Yeah, come here, Shorty. Yeah, because you never get it back. Ready, Shorty? Good boy. Good boy. Come on, buddy. Yeah, Shorty won't bring it back. Okay, break. Go get it. Okay, so that
as well. There goes Shorty with the ball. He's just gonna go take it and eat it. I'll go get it from him in a minute. Go get it, Keem. Go get the ball. Go get it. He says, nope, I'm not getting it from Shorty. Shorty won't let me have it. So I just wanted to explain why we don't teach a stay. Because stay is always built in to every command. So when I say sit, it means stay sitting until either I say break, you're done, free dog sort of thing, or give them the next thing to do. Tell them, recall them or heel or whatever. But it's built in. Same with the down. Same with basically every basic obedience command. Stay is built in. It's always an implied stay. And the reason for that, for one, it's much easier for dogs to understand it that way. Having a stay command doesn't make a lot of sense to dogs. But the main reason is that it creates impulse control. It teaches a dog to be able to be calm and to pay more attention to us. And it's completely different than just teaching obedience as just tricks, just sit down, come, place, just tricks to do when there's a reward involved or when they feel like it, or they can still be all jazzed up and hyped and not pay any attention to doing it when there's distractions. So teaching the commands with the implied stay addresses the dog's state of mind and their ability to be calmer and have practice impulse control. So you get a better behaved dog and not just an obedient dog. There's so many dogs that have excellent obedience, but they're terribly behaved, and the obedience goes out the window when there's any kind of distractions going on, or you're in a new place, or if they just don't feel like it. So teaching the commands with impulse control and the stay being built into every single command that you teach gets a dog with a much better state of mind. So that's why we don't teach, we don't use stay. So the other thing, we use good as a continuation marker. So when I would tell them sit or down, and I would say good, meaning I like what you're doing, keep doing it. And yes is kind of like their release word, like you did it, you did a great job, you're done. So those are just some little hacks there for having better obedience and a better behaved dog, and a calmer dog, and a dog that listens everywhere. And so now at first it's not going to look like that. You're not going to get very much of the stay in there, your duration work. So that's the 3 Ds of everything that you teach. So say we're just teaching a sit. So we have the dog sit, and we do a lot of repetitions without having the dog do very much duration, not sit for very long. We want to release, we want to give them the marker, the reward marker, yes, right away when they sit, so they know they did the right thing. And we repeat it, and then we start to add a little bit of duration each time. So they sit, and we wait to say yes, so that they're sitting longer and longer, and they're waiting for that release word. So they're learning that. And the others are distance and distractions. Now you can't add all 3 at once. You want to start with basically none of those. No distraction. Teach it in a no distraction area. This is whatever you're teaching, without being close to the dog, not distance, and not asking for any duration. And then you start to build those, but you only add 1 at a time. So I'll start with no distractions, being right up close to the dog, no distance, and start building duration. Then I'll add in another. If I'm going to add distractions, I'm going to not be have any distance from the dog, and I'm not going to ask for much duration. And then when I'm adding distance, saying, you know, down and being able to get distance from the dog, I'm not going to do that when there's a lot of distractions, or I'm not going to ask them to do that for a long duration. So you got to add those three things in separately to start building a good foundation for being able to go anywhere, be anywhere, and be well behaved, be obedient, listen no matter what's going on. That's what we're trying to build, is a dog that can be well behaved and go anywhere and still listen and not get overwhelmed by new places, lots of distractions, and all that stuff. So those are just the little baby steps where you start. You start with just using basic obedience, and start adding those 3 Ds in there: the duration, distance, and distractions. So you start training everywhere. Use your same thing that they learned at home, just super basic kindergarten obedience, and you start upping the challenge and training everywhere under all sorts of environmental stimulation, and the duration work is the big one for having a calm dog that you can go out to a cafe or a festival, a party, whatever. Tell your dog to down, and they can just lay down, chill out, be calm, and not be all up and crazy and distracted and everything like that. So that's the beginnings of teaching that. So I hope that some of this was helpful, and have a great weekend.